I like mold into the background. Like, can you see me? Like, if I remove my arms and my face, can you see me? DIY friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danie, and today's DIY in progress is getting fall inspired. We are finally creeping ourselves into the fall decor space. I know I'm late to the game, but never late than ever?
I'm sorry, what?
Dear friends, we're going to be tackling my exterior front entryway. And I gotta say, I've been very nervous for this makeover and to share it with you all because there are many spaces I can rush into and just be like, this is what you need to do. This is what we're gonna do. And yeah. But this entryway is probably the worst entryway I have ever witnessed in my entire life. And I am sad to say that it is my home that has to have such a crummy entryway. This year, I'm gonna do something about it. I would like to elevate it with fall decor to like make it more inviting when guests come over. So instead of going like, oh, I don't love that, I can go, ah, what a lovely place to step into, you know? Of course, if you are new here, welcome. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and join this wonderful Creative Beast family. We do all things home decor, and sometimes we get a bit weird, but we love weird here. So I'm excited to get into this. I don't know how this episode is going to turn out. So let's see what we can do with a questionable space and a little creativity, shall we? Editor, roll the tape. Boop. Are you my little pumpkin? Yes, you are. Okay, you're my pumpkin, I swear. Okay, first and foremost, before we get started, do you guys love my disc ball? So let's talk about the front entryway. I have struggled with this space on a creative level because I just want to tear it down. That's the honest answer. It's just a weird open space, and it's in this weird nook area that actually ends up being a wind collector. There's like these little mini tornadoes that start to roll in that one little corner. It's very bizarre, and sometimes I think people are knocking on the door, but it's just wind hitting the door because there's little mini tornadoes. Like, I know. I've always wanted it to look nicer, and I just have had zero vision for it, but I thought, you know what? It's the fall season. This is the perfect time to be able to kind of add some nice decor around the space to kind of zhuzh it up a little bit, you know? Let's just make it kind of cute. Yeah. So when I'm in a situation where I have literally zero idea what to do and I'm having no creative kind of direction, I always like to just take to Pinterest and Google and magazines and start to collect kind of like a whole collage of ideas onto a page. Put a whole bunch of things. Don't even think about it. If you're attracted to the photo, throw it into this board. And then once we get there, that's when we can start to narrow down our ideas and pick out what you really like about photos to kind of give you a general direction. So I've already gone and done all of the sourcing for images. This board is not going to look pretty. It looks like a big jumble of different ideas. So what I want to do is I'm going to start to take my sketch tool here and I'm just going to start to circle the things that I liked about it. So the first thing is this kind of dark wreath. As you guys know, I'm sometimes kind of a dark and moody person. So I was really attracted to this. My door is black. So I thought this kind of like witchy wreath would be kind of a great idea. And then I thought, do I want to go more Halloween inspired and like add skeletons? And then I was like, no, I really think I do want to go classic with this. We will be having some Halloween inspired episodes, so don't you worry. You make sure you're subscribed. No! But I do think I want to go more classic with this. I found this wreath off of Pottery Barn. I like the monotone aspect of it, I think. You know, nice kind of organic, warm neutrals, and then this kind of monotone decor. I also think that these three wreaths also play into that monochromatic look too. So then I also saw this kind of lantern, and then someone stacked these pumpkins inside the lantern, and I was like, that's kind of cute. That could be interesting, especially if maybe all the pumpkins could be like in a monochromatic hue of like 3 to 4 colors. I don't love orange of pumpkins. I think if I do end up sourcing some pumpkins, I will want to go a more like legume colored legume. And like a white pumpkin, or, you know, like there's like greeny ones. I kind of like this one mostly for the corn stacks. I feel like corn stacks is like an easy way to hide ugly things. I also really like the mums. I think the mums are kind of a beautiful fall floral that is colorful, it's inviting, and they're really easy to find this time of year. So I do think I like the mums. Oh, what I really loved about this photo here is that it feels very fall, but it also kind of has a really nice vintage vibe. And you guys know that that is my vibe. So I think kind of finding maybe like an antique thrifted chair could be really cool. So in this photo, I mostly put it in here for the dog. So we're gonna circle the dog. We love you. This one was interesting with this kind of like wreath that goes over and around the door. So it feels like you're like walking into Narnia or something. Okay, moving down from that, I love this jug slash mum slash pumpkin slash old school crate look. I think that's like totally up my alley. And then I liked this light. We could consider updating the lighting on the front entryway because the light I have there is not really my style. Haven't had a chance to change it. And I also think I need to find some kind of like multi-mat. I'm kind of seeing that a lot in here. And I like the idea of like a layered mat. Bring a pop of color on the bottom, but then a functionality of like those jute mats that really collect dirt. So I think based on seeing this breakdown and kind of what I'm gravitating towards, I definitely know I want a wreath. I kind of want to go monochromatic with the look. I don't want it to be like crazy different colors everywhere. I like this idea of pumpkins, maybe stacked in lanterns. I like the idea of it being in layers, so we're gonna have to find some kind of like chair or bench, and maybe we look for some new lighting. So I think at this point, the only thing I can do is just to go out shopping and see what kind of items we can find, and hopefully we can bring this entryway together. It's very possible this could end up being the ugliest DIY makeover I've ever done.
You will be all right. There.
However, I am not yet ready to give up because I've never tried. So let's try first. Let's see what we can find. Let's see what we can DIY. Cross fingers for me because I think this space is gonna take a miracle to fix. Okay. Wait, I don't know if I've ever been on a pogo. Am I gonna hurt my back?
There's only a bunch of dishes beside you. You'll be fine.
Remember when I was talking about around the door? This could be good for that. I mean, it's gotta be weatherproof. One or two? Okay, so I'll do one, but maybe we go to the forest and we scavenge more trees. Ooh, okay, wait, look. Like we double this in size with bushes that we find and then add some red berries to it. Do we love it? We should do this more often. On a little external excursion, Holly and I are at her family home and we're going out into the back bush to go find twigs and anything that we possibly can to create some wreaths out of. Look, I got big booties on now and we're gonna take our booties into the back bush. So let's do it.
Yeah, this is happening. If you could pull all that out of the ground in one go, like you're literally She-Hulk. Shut.
I do like that one up there. I think that's kind of fun. I like this one, but I feel like it's gonna get dirty. We'd have to clean it often, and I'm like, nah. Who am I kidding? I think the shopping trip went well, and I feel like there is like a solid direction ahead of us, maybe.
So I was able to find mums. I found these beautiful pumpkins. Now the white pumpkins are definitely more the vibe I'm going towards. I didn't want any orange pumpkins, but I think if we give it a little paint up, we could actually add some fun color to this space without ruining the direction I want to go in. But I got really lucky. We found this beautiful chair for $10. I got this beautiful crate. I got this mirror, which I know what you're saying. You're like, a mirror? Stay with me. Hang on. And I have this piece of board that I've had for a while. I pulled this out because I think it's gonna work with my vision. So I'm excited. We have a wreath to work on and we need to make this way more robust. So let's go DIYing. We're making a wreath. And actually the weird thing is that I've never really made like a real wreath on my channel. I did like a faux wreath once. Also, why is the word wreath really hard to say? I picked this wreath up at Michael's. The thing I don't like about this is that it feels really thin. So I thought if I buy one and I just use this as my guide and just start building on it, this could become something really spectacular. So as you guys saw, we went out to Holly's backyard and we got all of this greenery. And what we need to do is basically start stripping all of the leaves off of this. But I do think that this red tone on the dogwood is gonna look so beautiful with the direction that we're going with. So there's gonna be some really nice pops of color. So I think the dogwood is really gonna bring that theme and that color scheme in really well. So essentially we have a lot of pruning to do. So let's get pruning. Honestly, I mean, it's definitely thicker and bushier. Let's try that again. I was doing the red on the front, but then realized I kind of needed to add some on the back to give it a bit of like dimension because it was just like a lot of red in the front. But once we start adding in the berries, this is really just gonna come to life. So I do think it's gonna need to be trimmed up a little bit on the edges. We're looking a little, I just woke up in the morning and we don't know what's going on kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like it's like, get me some coffee, you know?
Keep it coming. Put the pot down. Get away.
We'll get the coffee and I'm sure the wreath will turn out okay. Now that we have a wreath, I want to get started on the pumpkins. Now, I made it very clear that I did not want orange pumpkins, and now all we see in front of me is orange pumpkins. But I thought it would be really fun to play with color. So what if we painted the pumpkins up and really like lean into some of the reds that I'm bringing into my front entryway and really just make this whole space feel colorful but cohesive. Let's mix up some paint and see what kind of like pretty red hues we can make to paint these pumpkins up. I just love pumpkins. Each pumpkin seems to like hold personality, you know what I mean? Like this one is far more cute and like ready to go, and this one's like really grumpy because he's got like a grumpy top on him, you know? All right, let's paint some pumpkins. Okay, I had this idea. I've been trying to think of like how I can creatively make an exterior feel homey and inviting. And then I think when I walk into my house, I love how cozy and inviting it is. So I thought, let's bring the inside outside.
Well, what if the outside of the club looked like the inside?
So how I want to do that is I found this mirror. It's wicker. It's fun. So we'll hang this up on the wall, which gives you a nice little mirror moment. But then I was thinking, wouldn't it be kind of nice and handy to have like a little console, like a hanging console table out here? And I figured it'd be nice to like put decor here. I could have like a little spot for mail to go down on, especially when Amazon comes. Often, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Trust the process. I feel like this is gonna look cute. And if it doesn't, oh well. So let's go. Good morning, friends. It's a bit wee chilly outside. We have so much to do today, and I'm so happy because it is a beautiful sunny day. Autumn is here, and we need to get going. So we got to put in the console table, which I'm crossing fingers this vision is gonna work out. I got lots of stuff to play with today, so let's go play and let's go bring this entryway together. Woohoo! Camera high five! Okay, so I really wanted to style the entryway with mums. I love these. They're called mums because they're chrysanthemums. That is a very challenging word to say. Chrysanthemums. These are really great for fall, and a lot of people use them for fall because these guys can survive at literally minus 20-degree weather. 20 below zero, this is still gonna survive. And actually what I learned is that this flower is the birth flower of November. I didn't even know that months had birth flowers, and now I'm interested to know what all the birth flowers are. So if anybody knows, please comment down below. I'd love to know what mine is for December. I'm guessing maybe like holly, but maybe it's not. But it's kind of cool because they also represent friendship, well-being, and happiness. And why wouldn't you want that in your front entryway? So we're gonna put some friendship and happiness in our entryway. How about that? This is gonna work. I feel like it's gonna feel like a lot. If we end up putting this on the door, it's gonna feel like a lot. It's just too much, edit it back, you know? I really wanted to use these. Wait a second. Okay, I got an idea. Well, DIY friends, we set out to make an entryway that didn't suck, and I feel like we got there. I'm so excited with this direction. It feels very Secret Garden-esque, and that brings me a lot of joy. It is simple, but I think it's simple in a good way. I didn't want to overdo it, and honestly, this entryway has never looked this good. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. I hope you found some inspiration for your entryways. Let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? What would you have changed? Would you consider painting pumpkins? Let me know. Of course, a big thank you to my Patreon, my wonderful DIY family. If you are looking for a DIY community to share all of your wonderful projects, it is linked in my description box. Go check it out. And of course, my friends, stay positive, stay creative, and keep on DIYing. Bye-bye. I said leave!